Alrighty then, what do you say? What do you know? Wanted to come to you tonight a little bit early because we have the State of the Union at 9 o'clock. I'll be setting the table for that. But I just wanted to recap Debacle 2020. I got all the sauce on it though. Don't worry. Just wanted to have a little humor first before we got into the meat and potatoes. It's always nice to start with dessert, don't you think? And please like the video on YouTube. Make sure you've subscribed and you have notifications turned on, and you have YouTube notifications turned on so that you get these updates. It's a big help if you like every video. I really appreciate it. Laura Deming nailed it today. She had the entire workflow. Here's the Dem process to count the caucus votes. 1. You determine how many votes Trump got so that we have more. 2. How many votes did Bernie get? Bernie can't be allowed to win. 3. Get rid of the real votes. Bleach bit and a shredder on the way. 4. Impeach Trump again while we figure it all out. 5. Determine who the DNC wants to win so we can report that candidate as the winner. And 6. If still not sure what to do, please call CNN and start again at number 1. That definitely is the workflow, especially number 5, determine who the DNC wants to win so we can report that candidate as the winner. I'm going to get to that in just a little bit. We figured out who's behind it, and I use the word behind intentionally. You know that you have failed when The Guardian in the UK, the most left-wing UK newspaper, when the Guardian opinion is Joe Biden flopped in Iowa, and so did the Democrat Party's reputation. When you lose the Guardian, you've lost pretty much everything. Did have a little bit of a glitch though. Came up with the meme with the count from Sesame Street in a last-ditch effort to save face. Democrats call in expert ballot counter. And there it is. I did it last night, like 1 in the morning. You can see right here, Patriot Uprising tag. Guess what a friend found today? Somebody, it's supposed to be, there you go. Somebody covered up my tag with a smiley face. You know, they say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and that's well and good. A lot of us, you know, we borrow things, but to blatantly remove someone's tag, that's just plain out theft. If you can't be more creative than that, you really need to not meme. I know none of you did it, but I wanted you to be aware of what kind of scumbags we've got out there. All right. That's the sauce, so I don't want to get to that right now. I said, how epic would it be if Cambridge Analytica alums, you know, Bannon's team that helped the president win the election in 2020 by using social media, how awesome would it be if Cambridge Analytica alums worked for the company that was responsible for last night's debacle? Doc Porbin had a winner today. Michael Bloomberg just won the Iowa caucus on eBay by bidding $50 million. My good friend Daryl Pettit in Texas asked, how come Republicans didn't suffer quote-unquote coding errors last night? And I replied, because they told us learn to code, and we did. My friend M.A. today said, why is it only Democrats that find boxes in the trunk of a car? And actually it was Marion Cronin. And I said, because they own the warehouses. And there you can see, warehouse full of emergency Democrat votes. So here we have the official vote tallies. In first place with 26.9% of the vote, 36,262 votes, it's Mayor Cheat. Booty plug. How about that? What a shocker. You'll see why that's a shocker in a minute. In second place, the man who filed a lawsuit today, and good on him for doing it so, with 25.1% of the vote, at 33,793 ballots. That would be Feel the Burn. Hashtag Bohica Bernie. That's my new nickname for him. Bohica Bernie, because here it comes again. They're doing it to you, Bernie. In third place with 18.3% of the vote, it's Pocahontas. And in fourth place, Creepy Uncle Joe, Sleepy Joe, Quid Pro Joe. Oh, 15.6% Joe. Does this mean that we can start investigating Hunter then? No longer a political opponent. But who's missing from this list? Why, Yang Bang. Andrew Yang tweeted out, and I still can't believe this. It might be helpful. And it just disappeared on me. Let me do it from memory. It might be helpful to have a president and a government that knew technology so that things like this didn't happen. And I replied on the Cult 45 page, here it is, it might be helpful to have a president and government that understand technology so this sort of thing doesn't happen. And I replied, using our Cult 45 account, it might be helpful to have a president and government that understand that the president and government have nothing to do with running the opposing party's caucuses, so this sort of tweet doesn't happen again. Hashtag Yang Bang. And you know, here's how you know that Andrew Yang is not fit to be president. He wasn't even smart enough to delete that tweet. Like, dude, you're just putting your idiocy on display for everyone, and it's almost like you're proud of it. So here's the sauce. Why did I say it wasn't a surprise that Booty Plug came in first? Because Booty Plug was behind the whole thing. Booty Plug announced the formation of his exploratory committee on January 23rd, 2019. I launched a presidential exploratory committee because it's a season for boldness and it's time to focus on the future. Are you ready to walk away from the politics of the past? As an aside, I think this is where Brandon Strzok got the line "walk away." Join the team at PeteForAmerica.com. And guess who retweeted that? Why, Tara McGowan. Mayor Pete is running. Smiley face with heart eyes, smiley face with heart eyes, smiley face with heart eyes. Oh, now, Tara McGowan, any relation to Brooke McGowan? No. And you're going to be happy to find out that she's not for this reason. Who is Tara McGowan? Tara McGowan is CEO of Acronym. Who is Acronym? Acronym is the company that stood up Shadow. Shadow has the best CRM and SMS tool on the political market. New tech company to build smarter infrastructure for campaigns. That doesn't work. Okay, so here's the plan. Tara McGowan has a company that has the latest CRM, customer relationship management, and SMM, which is the texting, like you get, I'm sure you've texted Trump to 88020, I think it is, or 88202, something like that, 882202, I think. And so they stand up a new company called Shadow. Yeah, like that sounds legit. And Shadow is going to build smarter infrastructure for campaigns. So you say, Timbo, what does this matter? Well, guess who Tara McGowan's husband is? That's right. Tara McGowan's husband is Michael Haley. And who's Michael Haley, you ask? He is a strategist for Booty Plug. Yeah. Oh, and who's his brother, Ben? Ben Haley? Yeah, he's Booty Plug's Iowa comms director. Are you seeing it? Tech company that builds campaign infrastructure named Shadow, run by the wife of a Booty Plug strategist whose brother is Booty Plug's comms director. The whole thing was rigged for Booty Plug, and it blew up in his face because the app didn't work. If the app had worked, no one would ever have been the wiser that Booty Plug tried to cheat in the election. So, trending today, hashtag Mayor Cheat. And Bernie sued, and good on Bernie. So I put out, here's how to crater a caucus. Tara supports Mayor Cheat. Tara also works for Acronym and Stood Up Shadow. Tara is married to Michael. Michael is a strategist for Mayor Cheat. Michael's brother Ben is Mayor Cheat's Iowa comms director. And Ben spent all last night doing what? Tweeting out district pins. It was all a setup for Booty Plug. And Booty Plug came in first. And Bernie's fit to be tied, and he should be. But here's my question. Bernie's not a Democrat. So why is he seeking the Democrat Party nomination? Bernie's an independent. Shouldn't Bernie be forced to register as a Democrat if he wants to be the Democrat candidate for president? Come on, people. The Democratic Party died on the streets of Chicago outside the 1968 DNC. I've said it 100 times. The Democrat National Convention. All those rioters in Chicago, all those Saul Alinsky people, it was Bernadine Dorn and her husband Bill Ayers, literally, and all of that ilk in Chicago rioting outside the convention in 1968, the Democrat convention. Why? Because the communists wanted in, and they got in. And over the last 50 years, they have taken over the Democratic Party, which is why I now call it the Democrat Party, because it is not the party of JFK and Hubert Humphrey and Scoop Jackson, true patriots who loved this country back when we said that politics stopped at water's edge. Now, profit starts at water's edge for these people. Okay, they have made literally hundreds of millions of dollars by selling their offices. And it's all coming out, and it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing to see. So that's that. Now let's talk a little bit. I forgot the best part. The best part of this whole daisy chain circle jerk? Guess who validated the app before it went live? You can't make this stuff up. Hillary's campaign manager, Robbie Mook, and Hillary campaign worker, Ben Rhodes. And Department of Homeland Security offered to test it. They had their IT people offer to test it to make sure it was robust enough to work. And Robbie Mook said, nah, brah, we good. Like, these people, they are the gang that can't cheat straight. Okay, and unfortunately tonight, we're not going to be graced with the presence of AOC because she doesn't want to normalize the proceedings. Did she just make fun of disabled people? She doesn't want to normalize Donald Trump's lawlessness and disdain for the Constitution by attending. She should be honored. She should feel honored to be able to attend a State of the Union address as a member of Congress. But she's not. Why? Because these people literally hate you, hate me, they hate America. I might have come up with it off the top of my head when I was riffing, but I've never said anything that was more true than this. They are commie-crats. They hate you. They hate me. They hate America. And Nancy and the squad, some wag today said Nancy and the squad might take a knee when Trump comes in for the State of the Union. And my friend Mary Ann in New Jersey said, I wonder what President Trump will say to them if they do. And Patty Girl had a great line, arise, my subjects. And Timbo had a different line. And I replied, if I tell you I'll be 30 days in the brig again. So Roseanne Ferrara came in and saved the day, and she posted the line, which of course was, as long as you're already down there. But what I see from the State of the Union tonight, the president is not going to spike the football tonight. He's not going to rub their noses in it. He's not going to neener. He will do that down the road, but not tonight. Why? What the left still, after 3 years, fails to recognize is that this man is a strategic genius. He is absolutely a master of the Sun Tzu art of war. He knows all of the moves to make, how, why, and when. Remember when he said, I can be presidential anytime I want. I can be the most presidential president ever. And we've seen that he has been in North Korea, in China. Tonight, he is going to be unbelievably presidential. Why? Because the left has lost their freaking minds. They're going insane because they got their asses handed to them with impeachment. And they just face planted last night in the most, it was just a yard sale, okay? You had mittens and hats and gloves and goggles and skis and poles all over the hill last night. Every single one of them just face planted. So the president's going to come on tonight, national television, joint session of Congress, and he's going to be unbelievably presidential. I love the guests that he has. He has a 21-week preemie, and I've been told that 21 weeks isn't viable. 24 weeks is viable. I don't know. What I saw was 21 weeks. Now, this is a person who's all grown up, so maybe it's a 21-year-old and they mistyped. Maybe it was 24 years old when born. The point is, there's going to be a preemie who was younger than the babies that the Democrats say it's okay to butcher and sell for parts. Grown up, productive human being. It's going to be the wife and son of an IED victim in Iraq that was set by Soleimani. And there's going to be an award-winning Hispanic Border Patrol agent. So he will be touching on the border and how the wall that has been built has resulted in a reduction in trafficking of people and of drugs and of weapons. Oh wait, I forgot. The weapons went from us to them. My bad. Yeah, Obama sent weapons the other way. My bad. Seriously though, there's been a marked decrease in interdictions of drugs, weapons, other contraband, and humans. There has been a decrease in illegals crossing, except, remember that butterfly refuge down in Texas that was so upset that the wall wanted to be built on their land? As if butterflies can't fly over a wall. Now, the butterfly refuge is extremely important, okay? The monarch butterfly population has been under extreme pressure because of habitat loss. That's why if you've noticed nature, you've noticed fewer and fewer monarch butterflies, and that's a real problem for our ecosystem because butterflies help pollinate flowers, which lead to fruits, etc. We're also having a problem with the bee populations, but that's a different issue. So we want to have habitat for the monarch butterflies because what they do is they're all over the northeastern and northern United States and in southern Canada in the summer, and then they all migrate down to southern Mexico. They winter in southern Mexico. So this refuge in Texas is about halfway, and it's a place where they can come, rest a little bit, have some food. There's all sorts of plants that with a lot of sap that can give the butterflies energy. It really is necessary, and it's a great operation these people run. So why do they have to inject politics into it? And they're going to resist the wall. Well, guess what happened to them, sadly? And it is sad because nobody wishes harm on people over politics. 2 people got murdered. 2 people that ran the sanctuary got murdered. By whom? By illegals crossing through the sanctuary that didn't have a wall. So don't tell me that walls aren't necessary. And J-Lo, enough with the kids in cages. That was Obama. And enough with the virtue signaling Instagram posts about it's important. You know, some people build walls and put children in cages, but we want to bring people together. It's like, excuse me, but this president has done more for your people than all other presidents combined. This president did more for Puerto Rico than Puerto Ricans did. The mayor of San Juan and the governor of Puerto Rico prevented Puerto Ricans from getting the aid that we gave them. They just found warehouses full of bottled water and food and blankets and everything. So much that we sent to them was in warehouses because they're corrupt to the core. And they, look, leftists only care about one thing, themselves. They couldn't care less about the people. And somebody said, Donald Trump wakes up every single day and wonders how he can make it all about him. It's like, actually, Donald Trump wakes up every single day and wonders what he can do to make America better again, to undo the damage that Obama did over 8 years, to try to make our military stronger again, although we've got so much to go there. You know, do you know that you will land in the brig if you use non-PC language? It's true. Look it up. Go look at Doug Ducote's live stream on YouTube. Do you know that they have stress cards that if you're getting yelled by a drill instructor too much, you can just give a stress card and you'll be exempt from PT that day? You don't have to do the drills. How is this preparing the world's best fighting force? Obama turned the military into a social experiment. He had all sorts of people joining so they could get their drugs and their surgeries paid for. Military exists for 2 reasons and 2 reasons only. Kill people, break shit. That's it. That's its mission. Kill people, break shit. That's what it needs to be doing. Not any of this social experimentation. Okay, but the president's undoing that. J-Lo, do you care that Hispanic unemployment is the lowest that has been since they started keeping statistics? Those are your people. And why don't you consider all Americans your people? Do you not consider yourself an American, J-Lo? Now, let me say this. There's been a lot of outrage over and I didn't see it originally. Okay, there's been a lot of outrage over the halftime show, and I didn't see it. Let me tell you, my ex her passion was dance. We did a lot of Latin dancing. Mine was music. We'd go to a lot of music shows. About 15 seconds and one song of that show was objectionable. I didn't like the song with the kids in the cages about, you know, you can be anything you want to be, because although it seemed like it was an empowering song to young girls, which is great, fully support that, the insidious subtext was, you know, don't let them tell you what you can do. Don't let them tell you if you're a boy you can't be a girl. Don't let them tell you if you're a girl that you can't be a boy. It's all of that political BS that has snuck in. Was there some Satanist symbology? I don't know, maybe, probably. I mean, Jay-Z was responsible for it, and he clearly has said that you can't, you know, you need to worship your father Satan to be a success in this life. And, you know, eternity is going to be an awfully long time for Jay-Z and Beyonce, who sat their asses down all through the national anthem. They are a national disgrace. You know, this country made them billionaires, and all they do is trash it at every opportunity. But Shakira's set, loved it. Absolutely loved it. 40 people perfectly choreographed, all in sync. You know, these halftime shows aren't, it's not like a concert because you only get a snippet of this song and a snippet of that song, and there's some dance, there's some costume changes, which, you know, somebody should have. I loved J-Lo's second outfit, the silver sequin bodysuit. It was great. And no, that wasn't pole dancing. That was no different than what you see at Cirque du Soleil. The only problem I had with J-Lo was that song, the crotch grabs. We could have done without that, J-Lo. We didn't need to see you grabbing your cooch. And mooning the audience. It was like, what's with the bend over mooning? We don't need to be doing that. Especially when the outfit that you're wearing underneath the outfit that you're wearing peeks out through the crotch, so it looks like you've got a maxi pad on. Or depends, as I posted. But, you know, really just a couple of little things like that, a couple of little tweaks, and it would have been one of the best ever. Because the music was amazing, the dancing was, for the most part, incredible. And it's just a shame how they have to take their talent and instead of using it for the glory of God like the Hunt family did, and I was so happy for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I was so upset when I heard that the score was 20-10. I was so happy that they came back and scored 3 straight touchdowns. Because now Richard Sherman, yeah, you're not going to the White House, pal. Richard Sherman didn't get a chance to diss the president. Why? Because the Trump curse struck again. Yeah, one of the Chiefs actually wore a Trump hoodie to Media Day. And it's like these people just won't learn. They just won't learn. And is the Trump curse real? No, he doesn't have any magical power to confer championships on one team versus the other. But it's awfully funny that it keeps happening over and over and over and over and over. Isn't it? All right, so look tonight for a very presidential State of the Union. He's going to address illegal immigration. He's going to address terrorism and the fact that he has killed the world's 3 top terrorists. Okay, Ali Kaboom, Soleimani, and al-Baghdadi, dead. Soleimani, dead. The head of Al-Qaeda in Yemen, dead. And, the hits are just going to keep on coming there because he's going to keep dropping bombs on them. I wouldn't want to be the number 4 biggest terrorist in the world right now. Let me tell you that. He's going to touch on the need for the country to come together. He's going to touch on the Congress. He's going to make an appeal to the House of Representatives. Work with me. There's so much we need to do. These are all the accomplishments we've had. Best stock market, best job market, lowest unemployment rates for blacks, Hispanics, Asians, lowest for women since World War II. The economy is doing great. Manufacturing is back. I'm selling rice to China. Hello! I'm selling rice to China. And when he's done touting his accomplishments, he's going to say, but there's so much more we need to be doing. We need to be doing infrastructure. We need to be doing drug prices. We need to be doing all these things. You need to start focusing and doing the work that the American people sent you here to do. That's my prediction for how tonight's going to go. Let's see if that is how it goes. Until later, tonight, maybe, or definitely tomorrow. You know what? I'm going to do it tomorrow because what day is tomorrow? Mike. That's right. It's Forever Acquitted Day. All right, that's all I've got for you now. Until tomorrow, God bless you. God bless these United States. Keep fighting the good fight.